Oh.
Yeah.
What was the girl's name that used to tattoo there?
Lindsay.
The owner?
Chris and Lindsay, the owners, I think. Lindsay, I think, is the one that does all the breast cancer stuff.
Yeah, the nipples.
Yeah, she does full chest things. Beyond nipples, people fly in, man.
What'd you say, Dan? Oh. Stop talking about nipples.
Nipples. We both own in on a nipple. That's pretty much par for
So
course.
are we recording?
This is a wonderful start to the show.
Yeah, it could be.
Hey.
Yeah, so so Jet down the street was trying to get, I think he's at Love Hate. He's the owner there. He used to be Joe Death, great guitar player. Anyway, he wanted to open up a place in Pittsburgh because he had so many customers coming from Pittsburgh that had the mastectomies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he tattooed like the perfect nipple. I mean, apparently.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it was like realistic 3D nipples, and he was doing hundreds of them a month.
shit.
And he wanted to open a place in Pittsburgh. They said, no, it's against the law, against the town laws. No smoke shops, no vape shops, no tattoo parlors in the village of Pittsburgh because they're fucking snooty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they got that whole East Sider thing going on.
Yeah.
You know why? You know what the difference is with East Siders?
And he was doing
there's always
hundreds
been
of them
difference in it
a month, and he wanted to open a
East
place in
Siders,
Pittsburgh. They said,
when
no,
they drove to work,
it's against the law.
They have the sun at their back.
Against
That's
the
right.
town
That's
laws.
why
the rich live on the no east, and smoke shops or vape shops, no tattoo
You know where I
parlors
live.
in the village
Yeah,
of Pittsburgh.
I know West.
I live in the city.
So you live in the middle.
I live in the middle.
That's right. The
sun's
always overhead. You know why? You know what the difference is with East Siders?
Coming and going. I get hundreds of
correction.
a month, and he wanted to open a place from the shop. I got to drive home
work.
It's against the law. I drive into the sun. Against the town laws.
That's why
the rich live on the east, and in the smoke shops or vape shops, no tattoo parlors. I live in the city.
So you live in the middle.
I live in the middle.
That's right. Sun's always overhead.
Well, this show's going to run late. Now starting coming and going. I get hundreds of correction a month, and he wanted to open a place from the shop. I got to drive home. It's against the law. I drive into the sun. Against the town where the rich live on the east, and in the smoke shops or vape shops. I mean, like visually too. Oh fuck! I live in the city.
You live in the middle.
Show started.
That's right. Sun's always overhead.
Well, this show's going to run late. Now starting coming and going. I get hundreds of correction a month, and he wanted to open a place from the shop. I got to drive home. It's against the law. I mean, like visually too. Oh fuck! Welcome back to the Stupid Humans Internet Talk Show. I don't know if we're getting audio through the system, so I'm just going to continue to talk until we are getting audio. We're getting double. Oh, I'm sorry about the technical difficulties. People on the Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Stupid Tube. Oh, my God. I don't know. We're trying to figure this out.
Well, we are stupid humans.
We are stupid humans, and we are, we're here to laugh, joke, poke fun, and ridicule all the stupidity that surrounds us. I'm Mick Ribb, your host and tour guide to the stupidity, and I got down the end of the console, Big Mikey P. You can see him on camera with his nice pressed shirt. Looking good, fella. Looking good. And we're broadcasting live and high above the clouds at the Liquid Cloud Lounge. It's the Cloud Lounge Cafe now. And as you can see, I'm rocking my Rock the Cloud t-shirt. rockthecloud.com if you're looking for any kind of cool smoothie, kava drink, coffee, or one of our belly rubber sandwiches. Oh my God, I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know if we're we're good? We're live? All right, because I can't see anything. I don't know what's going on. I'm absolutely clueless. But, the show must go on, I think. Right, Mikey?
Well, being live is better than being dead from what I've heard.
That's true. Speaking of being dead, no.
From the voices in my head.
Hold on. Mikey's getting a car crash early.
Oh.
No. Hold on a second. I won't do that to you. I don't have a, you know what I don't have is I don't have a mouse today. So I'm going to be a little slow on the uptake for your car crashes, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell you. It is. It's true.
Darn it.
But I got a big announcement to make. I do. I have a big announcement to make here today. It is Wednesday night, okay? But Thursday night we are having a happy hour. I can't put this together while I'm doing this. Yeah, technical difficulties. So anyway, we're having a big happy hour here at that's me going live, and Mikey.
Cool.
No. Oh. There's your car crash.
Lovely.
Attaboy. It's working. Anyway, so the Cloud Lounge Cafe is having a big open house tomorrow, and I'm going to say right now, we're going to give away a bunch of stuff. We got T-shirts to give away. We got food specials. We're going to do 10% off on all sandwiches, and those sandwiches, as you know, are magnificent.
They are magnificent.
They're belly rubbers. So that means not only do you get a sandwich and a bag of chips and a little piece of pickle, but when you walk out of here, you're rubbing your belly. You're giving it that,
That's right.
Homer
Is that
Simpson.
your dating line?
It is, yeah.
I'm going to give you a little pickle.
You son of a For those of you that don't know Mikey, Mikey likes to tell bad jokes, and I like to remind him that they're bad jokes by giving him one of these or giving him one of these. Yeah, that's those are like mating calls for Mikey.
And I'm old enough, I just don't care.
Yeah, I know you don't. That's the best part. That is the best part. Anyway, so no, we're going to do 20% off smoothies. So instead of getting them for $8, they're going to get them for $6. $6 smoothies tomorrow. These are all homemade. These are all fresh fruit. We freeze it. We portion it out and freeze it, but it's all fresh fruit. Whole milk, oat milk, soy milk, almond milk, whatever you choose is the liquefier. But nice. Deliciously blended, healthy smoothies. I got kale and strawberry and blueberry and avocado and some really good stuff.
You turn into Superman.
I'm thinking about it, but I got the belly thing, and when you put the leotards on, or are they retards?
Retards?
The leotards just tighten it up, and then it really looks like it's not good looking. It's not good looking, and we're probably going to avoid it if all possible. I'd like to give a big shout out to Mike Ravid. He's one of the insects, one of the pests that called the show, loved the show, listened, followed, and then said, "Listen, man, I want to do your opening. I want to do your sound. I want to do your music." And this is what he came up with real quick. I'm just going to play it again just for those of you who missed it. This is Mr. Michael Ravid, at Michael Ravid on Instagram and all the other platforms. But this stuff is banging. This gets us in the mood. Anyway, so I'll get back to he was he put it together in about 4 days. So if you're looking for jingle music for your commercial or whatever, I mean, he a phenomenal producer. Yeah. So we are the Stupid Humans Internet Talk Show. We are the #2 talk show on the internet today. Shits. Right. I mean, SH stupid acronym. Weird. Stupid. Anyway. Yeah. So what's going on in the news today, Mikey? Anything good?
What is going on in the news today? Not a whole lot good.
Other than it's 104 degrees out here.
Yeah, it's a little on the warm side.
Yeah, I'm not going to complain.
I'm not complaining either because I got a long memory, and I remember
shoveling
this winter, shoveling and freezing my cojones off for literally. I think winter set up around August 15th and left around May.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I know. And it's such a beautiful place, and especially when it's sunny and beautiful.
I was on the chair, had the news around my neck.
Yeah.
Finally, the sun came out.
Yeah.
Like, son of a bitch,
Finally.
man. Finally. God damn it.
You were rocking that little chair.
I was rocking the chair, and then the sun came out.
What was that? What was the old guy from Shawshank Redemption?
Red?
No, the other one, the one that carved his name in right before he rocked it out. Not Otis, but
I don't remember.
The old guy with the raven, not the raven, the whatever that damn crow. He had the baby crow that and he was the librarian. Oh crap! I hate my mind.
I wish, I don't know.
And he wrote,
I remember
was here and then killed himself.
Yeah, then he was done.
What a great movie.
That was a great movie.
So
great book too.
Yeah.
Great story.
Yeah, it was.
Stephen King
I love
story.
Stephen King. Yeah.
I'm definitely into Stephen King.
I know, we know this. Anyone that hasn't listened to the show, this is a Stupid Humans Internet Talk Show, and you can find us anywhere. This is our our second episode. It's episode 25, but it's the 23 episodes before the Facebook Live stuff. You can find on Podbeam, Stitcher, iTunes, iHeartRadio, anywhere you can find podcasts.
Yeah.
You can also find us on YouTube at the Stoopid, Stoopid, Stupid Humans Internet Talk Show, the podcast. And then this will be pumped up and live, and we're going to be getting up and running the Stoopid Tube, which is YouTube for stupid people, Stoopid Tube.
Right.
For stupid people. So, yeah, that's us. So, yeah, that's where you can find us. And I feel like I'm sitting all weird in this chair because, I don't know, the microphone got turned around on me, and I'm trying to, how am I doing?
Does it have anything to do with the kazoo you left in the chair?
There you go. That's for Mike. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you. No, so...
I mean, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Running around the kazoos in your ass. I mean...
How many are you going to go for in a row? How many? How many are you going to go for in a row? You know what I didn't tell you? Okay. What I didn't tell you is Daniel had to steal your chair, right? But I didn't. I came up here, I don't know, Monday or Tuesday. No, today's Wednesday. So Sunday or Monday I came up here. And you had left a perfect pie wedge, which would be your crotch, all of your crotch to the end of your legs of food crumbs from last week's episode. And I'm like, oh, damn it, I don't want to move this because I'm like, Mike has got to see this. It was a perfect pie shape. And I'm like, what a slob.
I am a fucking slob, man. When it comes to eating, you can always tell any place I sit down.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know, but it just looks like. Look,
at what point do you get that piece of food on your face and you just leave it there?
Yeah, just like, fuck it. I'm
like,
leaving it.
All right,
it's
forget
good.
it.
I named it.
Yeah, it's a new friend.
His name is Peter.
Oh, I feel a big car crash day coming on for you, fella.
Well,
anyway, speaking of big car crashes, and someone that should receive one, Madonna, our girl. Oh, yeah.
What's going on with Madonna?
Well, Madonna decided that she was going to get on Twitter and pose nude. Hey, can you bring that up for the people at Facebook?
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, Danny boy. Oh, you got to see this picture. Reach your head around there and just take a look.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, you can see
Madonna now?
Yeah, Madonna now. 61 years old. I think she's got the crutch holding that boobie up because 61-year-old boobs tend to fall a little bit. Yeah. But, yeah, she got on Instagram in her underpants.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not horrible.
No, it's not horrible.
I mean, she's no Scarlett Johansson. But
no, but for how old is she? 79?
She looks great for 80. 81. No, she's 61 years old. 61 years old now. And, yeah, good for her.
Dude,
I mean, she's taken her clothes off a lot over the years.
Yeah, she's not,
Remember the Playboy thing with the buckwheat in a headlock armpit hair that was just like,
yeah, she had a bear rug.
Yeah, it was hideous. It was just,
I don't know what was up with that.
I know that that's a European thing, but I'm sorry. I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I really am.
Maybe the crutch is holding in the armpit hair.
Now, Madonna, when she first came out, when we were kids, she was cool.
Oh, yeah.
She was cool. She was so fucking hip, and she was pretty, and she was hot, and she was totally bangable. And then things just got weird. You just kind of wondered, when she was about halfway through her career, if you were to have intimate relations with her, you might be sacrificed to a minor pagan god.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, look at what she did to Dennis Rodman. He couldn't rebound after her.
No, he was done.
Or was that Carmen Electra? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Who was she with? She's been with a laundry list of guys.
She was Guy Ritchie.
Yeah. Oh, great movies.
Yeah.
Oh my God! And those BMW commercials that he produced.
Oh,
he did Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Have you seen those movies?
Did he?
Yeah, and
he
Snatch
did some bomb
with Brad Pitt.
her though.
I think it was the BMW commercials. They did like a long format commercial. It was like 8 minutes long, and she was bouncing around in the back seat with her titty cones on.
I know. Got that shit.
I never understood. I never really liked her music so much. I think when she first came out, it was like Papa Don't Preach and Like a Virgin and that kind of thing.
Papa Don't Preach is literally a perfect pop song.
Oh yeah,
and her performance is perfect. She never got better than that.
Yeah, I don't know if I even followed her much after that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd hear it if.
Yeah, I mean, some of her songs, they were decent songs.
Right.
Definitely well written. But Papa Don't Preach, I think, was probably her best overall performance, the best song. She was the most normal. It was relatable. And then after that, man, but what the fuck do I know? She's a global star.
Yeah, right.
She went on Instagram. How many people are following her? Fucking probably half the planet.
Yeah, maybe more.
Yeah, I'm so fucking disconnected.
I know you are.
I mean, why am I not? We're not into following 61-year-old beat up pop stars.
Yeah, but when she was 26 and we were 15, she was sexy.
She was sexy as fuck. with all the bangles and all that.
Oh
shit.
yeah, she's got the bangles on in that picture too.
Yeah.
She's still wearing them.
I mean, it's pretty good for a 100-year-old woman.
She does. She's
for 61 years old. Come on.
I mean, she's a little haggard, but
go
60. Yeah, I mean, she's
not. Look, you
right.
know what an actual 60 average. Let's pick a 61-year-old off the street.
Not
right?
on Monroe Avenue.
Yeah, they're gonna.
She charges too much.
They're gonna have.
You got to get the 81 on Monroe Avenue.
They're gonna have a fucking shopping cart with a busted wheel on it. They're gonna have eyes that look like Tyson fucking worked them over for 3 or 4 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, they're gonna be hard. When we were kids, a 61-year-old person was like, dude, that was a dinosaur.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
when I
we
was
were
a kid,
yeah, I know.
61 years old. That was like great-great-great-great-grandfather.
Right. Oh,
in the corner. The flies are circling his
now
head.
it's the new 21.
It literally
50's the new 20.
Yeah, it's all messed up.
I think that's the old people say that. That's it. Old people say when they get older, they say, "Oh, 50's the new 40, 40's the new 30."
But
that kind of shit.
I think I think they just got a different way of doing shit. And not all of them, but a good portion of them. They're like, "Fuck this, man! I'm rocking this shit out." They try to stay in shape, try to eat decent, suck up all the wealth before we fucking get there. Completely burn Social Security to the ground. There's nothing there for us.
Oh, Mikey.
People like my parents.
But you know what? If you want to stay vry and you want to stay spry and you want to stay in shape, you might want to get yourself some Hemp Perfection CBD. Hemp Perfection is one of the greatest CBDs out there. It's one of the great companies that we've worked with. And I got to tell you that, when I broke my ankle back in February, I substituted their vanilla tincture for OxyContin. And I got to tell you, I felt like $1 million. Well, no, I felt horrible. But, in considering the circumstances, I was doing pretty good. And then I used their lotions throughout the rehabilitation. But I was eating the gummies, and they're the best tasting gummies I've actually had. I mean, they actually taste like just regular gummies. It's surprising that they're so effective, and they're 25 milligram nano infused gummies, and I felt like $1 million. I still use that today. I've lowered the dose because of back pain and knee aches, and I'm still working through the ankle problems. But if you're looking to combat the coronavirus or boost your immune system, you're looking to combat fatigue or anxiety, stress, depression, any of those things, you can use CBD from Hemp Perfection. And if you use McRib10, MCRIB, actually, no, it's McRib 20, isn't it?
Yeah, McRib 20.
McRib 20, that's right. They boosted. They gave you
That's
a better deal. So anything on their site, if you type in the checkout coupon code McRib 20, you're getting 20% off and always free shipping. So buy hempperfection.com, BUY, hempperfection.com, McRib 20, get your 20% off. Anyway, so yeah, I just I was thinking about what we're gonna do for the show, and I was thinking about the shop, I was thinking about the sandwiches, I was thinking about all kinds of things, and I came like maybe I should hire a consulting firm, and so I started doing a little research, doing a little research on maybe that's a good idea, maybe that's a bad idea, you know. And I found this article, and this consulting firm came up with some really strong possibilities for a company out of Asheville, North Carolina. And it says in a lengthy report laying out the recommendations as described as absolutely essential to the client's future success, the consulting firm of Hewlett Lloyd Advisors suggested Tuesday that this business keep the consulting firm on for another 6 months. After reviewing the numbers, we can say with confidence that retaining our services and the services of Hewlett Lloyd Advisors should be the top priority for the next 2 quarters. And I'm going, I got to get in a consulting business.
No shit.
What are you going to do? I'm going to tell you should hire me for another 6 months.
That's right. Yeah. Number one thing. Remember the consultants in Office Space?
Yes.
Holy shit. Oh, my God.
Well, see, anytime I ever met anybody that says I'm a consultant, I just looked at him and said, "So you're unemployed?" Because that means you don't have a job.
You're an actor in New York City. Oh, where do you wait tables?
Yeah, that's exactly same kind of. It's the same vein. But yeah, so that's what happens when you look at consulting firms. So I've opted against it. So if you have any suggestions or ideas, and we're live on Facebook, so you can send us comments. So you can tell us what's going on. I think you can do comments, right?
Yeah.
Can you send comments? Are you commenting? Give him a microphone. Give Mumbles a microphone.
But
because we want to ask you about seasoning a pot. No, don't give him a microphone. He won't talk. It'll make him all nervous and nuts. So we'll just leave him alone.
right.
Anyway, so he's actually going to accidentally lean in and get into your camera view at some point. I know this. So we're going to have to move his desk because he's already having fits over there. He was cooking in his new cast iron pot, and he says, this chicken tastes pretty bland. I thought it was supposed to be seasoned. And seasoning the pan.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
So he got beat up pretty good on Facebook when he posted that. Said, yeah, but that's a common mistake, I'm assuming.
For a young guy?
Yeah, for a
Most
young
people
guy.
don't own cast iron until
He's
they're
cooking.
in their 40s.
Hey, he's cooking. He's cooking all kinds of stuff in this pan. So it's going to get its own flavor eventually.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it comes around. But he's heading, he's really in the cast iron early because that's normally kind of like your 40s and above where you start getting that kind of involved.
Right.
Because prior to that, most of your cooking experiences involve a drive-in.
Yeah, oh, no, I was going to say styrofoam box.
Styrofoam box.
Yeah.
Fucking plastic
to-go
straws.
container.
Yeah,
plastic silverware.
Look what I made
and
tonight.
it comes in a little bag with a napkin.
Yes. It has a picture on the box.
That's right, yeah.
Food should look like this when it's cooked.
Or it has a picture on the menu and you just pick it off oh yeah, that one.
No.
I want that one.
I
Number
remember
4.
as a kid, you just have eyeballs that advertisers just love because you can look at a Hungry Man TV dinner as a kid and
be hungry.
it looks like Nirvana.
Yeah.
And you're eating that thing, and you're like, oh my God, I got this and I got that, and I want more. And Salisbury steak. Was there such a thing as fucking Salisbury steak before it showed up on a TV dinner?
I have no idea.
It's brown meat with brown sauce.
Yeah.
So you have really no idea.
It's probably, you know what? I bet
it.
I bet if you looked up the history, and I could Google it if I really wanted to type, but I bet it has something to do with some legendary king from Salisbury, England,
Right.
who had like horse meat that had to be covered in something.
Yes.
And that's why they came up with the Salisbury steak.
That sounds reasonable because looking back at it, I'm pretty sure it was dog food.
Yeah. It never looked like the box.
It looked eerily
Everything was all
similar.
shoved to one side.
Oh, yeah.
You peeled that little plastic cellophane off, and there was that lump of that. The corn was the corn was all shifted to one side, and then there was like this weird ski slope and a flat plateau top of the mashed potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
So when you peeled it off, there was like this. Anyway,
The food was 4,000 or 5,000 degrees.
Yeah.
You're like,
Oh, yeah.
it's delicious applesauce. It tastes like lava. But as a kid,
yeah,
that was like going out to eat.
Oh yeah.
No, my kids don't get it now. I'm like, because they go out to eat. We go out to eat probably every week. A little bit less during the COVID zombie apocalypse, but it's pretty common. We go out to eat once or twice a week.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we went out to eat once or twice a year.
Oh no, we did every Friday.
You're
Dad did every
you must
Friday.
be Catholic. Catholic?
Yes, but
Did
that
you do
wasn't the
Fridays?
reason. Yeah, we all Dad
Fish
always
fries?
not always fish fries. No, we did
Really?
Chinese. But my father was like a creature of habit. He
Okay.
went to the same place for decades. Sometimes, you know what I mean.
All right.
Cafe Pagoda. There was that little.
Yeah.
There was a little place on the corner. It's gone now. It's been bulldozed down. It was at the corner of Lake and Ridge Road, and it was a little Chinese restaurant. I think it was called Mei Ling's or something like that.
Okay.
And every Friday night we drive down, and that was every Friday. Every Friday, like
Oh,
it was. And my dad, he did it his entire life. Every Friday night dinner, every single
It was
Friday
like
night.
an anchor for his life.
Yeah, but then he did Benucci's, and he did. I mean, he did.
Okay.
He'd pick a place.
And he'd lock
I think what
into
had
it.
happened was he'd go and he would like he'd like the food. And he ordered the same exact thing, the
sure.
same exact way every single week.
Right.
I want the bow tie pasta with the extra sauce, and I
Sure.
want the extra pieces of bread, and this and that, and this and that, right?
Right.
And then he'd get comfortable with the owner. Hey, he's back. Hey, how you doing? He's back. He's getting the same thing. They become familiar. My dad would go help himself to a cup of coffee behind the cash register,
Right.
and the guy would be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he's like, "Hey, fuck you. I pay a lot of money to come here." And he's like, "Okay, I'm never coming back." And then he'd go someplace else and burn his bridge there. But he'd do it. It would take years and years and years for him to get to that level where he pissed somebody off.
Where
And
he thought he was a part owner.
exactly. He got slighted, so he walked. I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm never coming back. And he never went back.
No shit.
Yeah. It was the weirdest thing.
Was your dad Italian?
Not a drop.
God damn, because that sounds Italian.
Not a drop.
I mean, the grudges they could hold are fucking phenomenal.
Oh no, that's
They're epic.
No, he.
Holy shit.
Yeah. But that was
that's classic.
Yeah,
man.
it was interesting. I remember one time we went to the Princess Restaurant, and I was there with my little brother and my dad. It was a Saturday morning. He was on visitation. My parents had divorced at this point, and I remember. Colin was young, right? My dad had gotten the salad bar, and I'd gotten a burger or whatever, but I didn't get the salad bar. And Colin had gotten something else, like pancakes,
right?
You know,
Colin, your brother,
my little brother, yeah. And Colin was young; he was probably 4, right?
Okay.
Maybe. And there was some leftover strawberries from the salad bar that my dad had given to Colin. So the bill comes over to the table. My father looks at it. Ironically, his name is Bill. He looks at it and he says, "Whoa! There was only one salad bar here." And he goes, no. I saw the kid eating the food. He says, no. Wait, the kid had a couple of strawberries. I'm not paying for $7.99 for a salad bar for 4 strawberries. And they get into it, right? They start arguing. And I'm sitting there finishing my food.
Right.
And my father looks at him and says, tell you what, you either take it off the bill or I'm going to puke on every single customer you got in this restaurant on my way out the door, and I'm not paying for anything. And he did.
He took it out the bill, or your father puked?
No. Well, yeah, no. I mean, I would have liked to have seen that.
It would have been great. Like the Stand By Me one where the kid loads his stomach up with all that shit, the castor oil. And
the good old days, man. That's when,
God.
Yeah, whatever. Speaking of good old days, man, back in 2011, the Space Shuttle Atlantis launched for the very last time. But on this day in 1994, our little fat Kim Jong-un, or Kim Jong-il, took office as the Supreme Leader. The Supreme Leader of North Korea.
Supreme Leader.
I love how he salutes. Dude. He's so fat that he can't get his hand up here.
That guy is a fucking
Is he alive?
He's a living meme.
Is he alive? That's the more important thing.
Has he ever been? He's a fucking cartoon, dude.
He does look like a little cartoon.
And his father was a cartoon, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're literally something that Austin Powers would have cooked up. They are they're both Austin Power villains.
Right.
Like Supreme Leader. Who the fuck uses that? I am the Supreme Leader.
When you're a dictator,
does that come with peppers, onions, and pineapple
and fries?
What the fuck,
the Supreme Leader? Oh, like a supreme. Like
you might want to rethink
Pizza
that.
Hut Supreme.
You just go for fucking. I am the Ayatollah of rock and roller.
That's
right. Fuck it. Why stop at Supreme Leader? He could go for Oh my God, I just fucking can't. That guy.
All right, moving on. So 1889, the Wall Street Journal published for the first time. But actually, that's not true. They actually published tomorrow for the first time. But they lied about it and said it was today. And they've been lying ever since.
Nice.
Yeah, how's that?
That's
pretty good. All right.
Yeah.
Vermont, kind of progressive.
Yeah, a little bit.
They abolished slavery on this date in 1777.
God bless them.
Yeah, that was like 1865 when the rest of the country caught on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they did it like, I don't know, I can't do math real good in my head, but 77 from 65 is 104 minus 3 plus 2, that's like 80.
Fucking good.
2 years.
Yeah.
88 years.
Yeah, that's ahead of the curve.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
All right.
Anyway, so, and this is weird. So on this day in 1908, Nelson Rockefeller was born. Right? He was the 41st vice president of the United States.
Wasn't he? Maybe I'm wrong. Was he a governor of New York at some point?
I believe he was. He was a Yeah, he was a governor.
Because
of New York.
there was the Rockefeller drug laws here in New York.
You're correct.
Yes.
But here's the interesting thing: in 1839, his father on the same day was born. They shared a birthday. Isn't that weird?
That is odd.
Yeah.
His father was.
That means his grandfather
and
his grandmother got laid on exactly the same day of the year.
Yeah.
40 years before.
Yeah.
Or 39 years before.
Now, did we talk about Rockefellers recently?
No, because I don't really like Anderson Cooper.
Listen to this. So you've got Nelson Rockefeller, then you've got his father John, then you have the oldest one, like Wild Bill Rockefeller. Okay, his father John's the one that made all the money, but his father was he sold what do they call it? That fucking like quack medicine.
Oh, yeah, snake oil.
Yeah, snake oil. I actually have a bottle.
Oh, yeah, you showed me those bottles. Oh, no, I saw them when I was out there.
Yes. So that one of those bottles was one of the brands that his father sold. And what it basically was fucking motor oil.
Yeah.
That they sold to. There was a couple uses to soothe your nerves and also to
run your car.
Yeah, run your car, and also to ease labor pains for women. I swear to God.
Yeah, because you showed me that you found all those bottles in that box or wherever in your garage. It's been there for 100 years.
Oh, the father. If you want to look up something that just would blow your mind, John D. Rockefeller's father. The guy had two families his whole life. Neither one knew about each other except for his son John. Did find out and never told because he figured,
that's why he became a politician.
And that's why they moved out to Cleveland and all the other shit.
But wait a minute. So they sold snake oil. It was actually motor oil.
Yeah.
And then John D. made all his money off of actual oil.
And later on, that company, the Rockefeller Motor Oil Company, they were looking to find other ways to use their product. Do you know that they dredged up what his father had done and remarketed it?
Wow.
Same exact shit in the early 20s.
Wow. Well, there is your history lesson today, folks.
Some fucked up shit.
On this day in history. But we did have Betty Ford fart and fall over.
What?
Betty Ford farted and fell over in 2011.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as it wasn't Betty White.
Yeah, no, not Betty White will live forever. She's so sweet. Anyway, so speaking of birthdays, I understand that you've got a big 2.0 excursion coming up with your 5.0 2.0.
We're going to try it again.
Yeah, because your birthday fell right in the middle of the coronavirus zombie apocalypse.
God, right fucking then.
Right. So is the Marble's Edge? No, that's not the name of your band. What the hell is that?
Marble's Edge.
The Double Down?
The rear ball sack.
Crash car. Hold on. Stand by, Mike. You're going to get that. All right. So the Marble's Edge is playing. No, are you going to do
Double Down?
Double Down is going to do a.
Yeah, we're going to play. We're going to play just a 1 hour set.
They're great
before we get hammered.
Yeah. Wait, I thought the party started at 1.
It does. We're gonna eat.
Okay, eat,
and then we're gonna play.
Okay,
and then we're gonna get hammered.
All right. Eat, play, hammer.
That's
all right. Cool.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah.
I can't wait. That's gonna be fun.
No, it's gonna be cool, man. I'm well, we haven't played out in months.
Yeah,
everything's the world was canceled.
Yep.
And our band, as great as we are, we were also canceled.
Yes, despite the fact of your greatness.
Yes, despite our greatness, we too were canceled. So I'm gonna set the entire band up in the backyard, and I'm gonna give the neighborhood a dose of Double Down.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Is a double D dose?
Yeah, and it's
I put 3 Ds.
I put the set together.
You did?
Yeah.
All right. So you're gonna blow their hair back.
You blow back.
Good. That'll be fun. I can't wait. Yeah, we're definitely coming. But oh come on, Cal! Right in the middle of this.
Oh my God! Your production assistant really should take care of those things.
Yes, love. I'm on the air. Hey, that's why I hung up on you, and you called me back. Yes.
You can take care of the intruder yourself. Just bonk him in the head.
Well, she said after the last week's show, she's like, next episode, you guys eat on. I'm going to do a drinking game. Every time you take a bite, I'm going to choke.
Yeah, that was disturbing.
Yeah.
But you know what happened? I watched a little bit of it, and I just got hungry for another grilled cheese sandwich.
Yeah. There's my honey right there. There she is. There she is. Yeah. So I got an update for you. So I got a new toy. I got to reach over and grab it. Hold on. I got a new toy.
Oh boy.
Oh, I got the new toy.
Nice.
I got the new toy. And I got to tell you, I got so excited last night. I got so excited because this is the man on the street. This is the man on the street microphone. Oh, it's pretty cool.
Nice.
And I'm looking forward to it. And I got so excited because I took it home. I learned how to use it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Check that out. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stereo microphone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So there's for those of you who didn't follow us last week and didn't know about this, the little, I have a little interesting man who lives in my neighborhood. And his phrase that he likes to say is, I ain't lying. I ain't lying, right? He repeats it over and over again because he wants to validate the fact that he ain't lying. Right. And so I get home, I sit on the porch just for a few minutes, and I'm just puffing on my puffer and having a little iced tea. And I look down and he's walking past, and he's got a fistful of plastic bag what looked like it had like 8 natty daddies in it. I'm like, I'm gonna get him tonight. He's gonna go. He'll be back in no time.
Right.
And shit, if he didn't come back. I'm gonna get him though. So,
well, you probably could have found him behind a dumpster.
No, he's got an apartment. He lives. He's got a place. He's not homeless. He's just nuts.
Even better.
Yeah, he's nuts. And my neighbors think I'm nuts for talking to him, but I can't wait to get him on the air and
you
record
live,
him.
Baby.
Oh yeah. So I've come up with a couple of game ideas that we're gonna play with this young man. Young man, he was born in March of 1957. That's why he's Magnum 357.
That's right.
Holyfield, and I ain't lying. And he sounds just like that, which is really funny.
Oh, I love it.
Oh yeah, so that's the update, and I'm gonna get after. I got the machine. I was all excited when that came in. I was like, oh, new toys! And now we got new cameras. We got. I hope the sound is better. I can't really tell. I can't jump on Facebook and look at it.
Not much we can do about how we look.
It doesn't. I got my Facebook page open. It doesn't show me nothing. Nothing, man.
Yeah.
So I don't even know if we're on the air.
You'd be like a little kid when they're on TV. You know, they're being recorded and they can see themselves on a screen, and they forget that they have a brain. My kids, my parents called. They want to do this video phone thing, so they get this Amazon Alexa. And so my mom's like, "Oh, we just want to be able to see the kids." I'm like, "All right, fine." So we turn it on, and for the first 5 minutes, my kids are just. I'm like, your grandparents would like to talk to you.
Yes, they can see you now.
Yeah, they can see you.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny is I'll have to demonstrate this, but I'll get on the it's not FaceTime because it's the Android version of it, but I'll get on this with my stepmother.
Yes.
And I'll sit there and I'll be like, Ron, what's going on? She's like, what? I can't hear you. And then she puts the phone to her ear, so I get the camera zoom in on her ear.
Oh, awesome.
Oh yeah. I'm like, Ron, we're on video.
You're like,
that's not going to help turn the volume up to take it away from your ear.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And also, you need to get something checked out inside your ear.
And yes, and there's some potatoes in there.
Yes. Have you ever seen The Wrath of Khan? I think you've got
Did your mother ever say that to you? Go wash the potatoes out of your ear?
Possibly.
Yeah, that was my mother's.
That was a big one.
Yeah, that was the big one. My mother always said.
Oh, my wife has a thing. She's gotten over it now, but when the boys were little, they both my sons, when they were little, they manufacture a incredible amount of earwax that you couldn't believe could come out of a small child like that. You know, and so
they put a little Q-tip in there and pull out a pumpkin?
Dude, telling you what, look like fucking turnips.
Yeah.
And but it drove my wife nuts, and she'd want to clean them every night. And I'll tell you, one night she's going after my oldest son, and he's screaming in terror. And I finally had to, usually Dad just sits back like, I don't know what. Okay, I guess this is normal. And she just, she's focused like a laser beam. I'm like, take the Q-tip out of the kid's head. That's enough Q-tipping for tonight, okay? Yeah, I think he's been traumatized. Just it's enough. Yeah, exactly.
Mom, take the Q-tip out.
Yeah. Let's not send him to bed in abject terror, okay?
Right. So I started watching the show on Netflix. It's a new original that they got it, and I researched the company afterwards. Kelly and I laid there and watched like 2 or 3 episodes. They're real quick. They're like half-hour episodes, and it's a company called BattleBox. And I'm going to give them a free plug because it's pretty cool. And it's BATTLBOX, and they're a company that's based out of I don't know where, but they sell all kinds of very cool survival gear.
And this is a show about them.
And so what they do in the show is part of promotion for their products and their boxes that they sell.
Okay.
Now, let me tell you about the show first, and then I'll tell you what they sell. So the show, they've got 4 people. One's a resident redneck, funny dude. The owner of the company, the test dummy, and then the girl that does the research for the products that goes out and finds the stuff that they're going to put in these battle boxes. Yeah. Anyway, so they show the not behind the scenes. They should be behind the scenes, but they're choreographed testing of these products. So and they build a box, and you can get a $39 monthly box, you can get a $59 monthly box, all the way up to like $150 monthly box. And in it, there's going to be like chainsaw rope that you can cut through trees by hand, or you can. So on the show, they demo a bunch of different cool things, right? Like fire. They like the fire. You know, so they had fire retardant suits.
Fire.
So they got a bunch of different suits and they put them on mannequins and then like got blow torches and torched them. I mean, it's pretty it's pretty funny. It was pretty funny. So I went on there and got myself a $59 box. It's coming every month. I don't know what's in it. It's like a mystery box.
It's a mystery box of survival shit.
Yeah, they don't tell you what it is. You get like in the $59 box, it looks like there was 7 or 8 different little things that you can stuff in your go bag or your backpack or your camping gear or whatever.
All right.
And, you know, they had matches that didn't go out even if you submerged them in water.
They'll come
you know what
handy.
I mean? It was like...
When you're trying to be...
Well, if you're starting a fire in the rain, if you're trying to start a fire in wet wood. But this was like a match.
Yeah.
It was fat. It looked like a pen, but with a red tip on it. Popped it, and then he was like, watch.
Well, what do you do when you want to show that off at a party? Now where the fuck do you put it?
It doesn't last that long. It burns for, 20 seconds.
I want to drive home, but I wait for this fucking thing to go out.
It's not like a sparkler that lasts forever, but it's kind of like a sparkler in a way, but it just keeps igniting and flame keeps coming back. Yeah, so it was
that's cool.
There's they had some really cool pieces. So I dig the show. It was pretty funny. It was clever. It was fast. That's what I liked about it. It was they didn't when you watch what was the other show that I kind of liked? Mythbusters. Yeah, exactly. They dragged it out for hours.
Ever and ever.
It was like they filled an hour.
Okay,
it was like, come on, just get to the point, blow it up. Well, they in this show they do 3 or 4 sections, so they're like 6 minutes long. As soon as they're ready, they blow shit up. They don't get all the drama and the detail and the sketches and the this is what's going on. And this is the mathematics and the physics behind it and all that. They just blow shit up and go. Or they tested devices that you put in your car, like an underwater, like an emergency if your car went into the drink.
Okay,
right. So they had an underwater breather and a glass breaker, and they tested. They went to a junkyard and were like, "This one works. This one doesn't work."
Right.
Oh yeah. So they came up with some.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, and it actually. These are products that you could probably use. You probably go like, hey, that's a good idea to have.
They're gadgets.
And but you wouldn't necessarily know if it works. So this show and this company researches and does all this stuff so that you can determine whether or not.
I like it. Oh, that'll be fun. You got to bring that into the show.
Yeah.
You can open up and see what the hell you got.
Oh, absolutely. When I get the box, they're going to ship it out tomorrow.
Yeah. I hope they have a.
I'll do well. So no, I did the mystery box. So I did a $59 box, and then I did a $39 mystery box because it's supposed to be between $80 and $120 value.
Ooh.
So I'm live reveal. That's gonna get opened up right here.
You're gonna open up. It's gonna be a box of Crayola crayons.
It better be like 8,000 different colors for $39.
I would want. Just thinking about survival, the coolest zombie killing instrument that I've seen was in a show that was on Sci-Fi, which was called Z Nation. And
I started watching
one of the chicks. I love that show. And one of the girls there, she always had a leather jacket, and then she had a mace sort of thing, like a big stick. And it had a couple of spikes hanging off of it, but they weren't too long, so they wouldn't get stuck in the zombie's head. It was a perfect zombie killing mace.
I'm glad you found the perfect. So, are you going to make one of these?
I would.
If the zombie apocalypse actually
happened. If the zombie apocalypse, if it came out of that surprise box, I would jump all over it.
You'd be like, "Oh my God, this is what I want. That's mine."
I want that.
You're going to run over and lick it. I own this.
And so, Mr. Panessa, what exactly is that on the wall? Well, Jimmy, in case your friend Joe, if the zombie apocalypse starts, you're welcome to come over and don't touch the mace. Yeah, that's mine.
I prefer the AR. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you run
like headshots.
But then it attracts attention. See, I am a zombie lore aficionado.
So you like the stealth kill. All right, so let's talk about that.
Yeah,
all right, let's.
Deep.
Okay, so you watch The Walking Dead
all the time.
Okay, so they claim in the show that the zombies took over 90% of the population. Okay,
yep.
And based on the groups that we were able to follow through this whole zombie apocalypse. that 10%, if you extrapolate those numbers out,
it's about 30 million.
Okay, right.
Give or
So
take.
if 30 million people lived like Rick and all and the crew, right?
Sure.
They were killing 20, 30, 50, 100 zombies an episode.
Yeah.
In some cases.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be any zombies left after season 1.
Well, that's true.
They would have killed off all of the. I mean, understanding
if the
that
30 million were doing that, yes.
well, they'd have to survive.
But if all of them were constantly doing it, yeah,
they would have wiped out the entire population.
A lot of people that were lazy zombie apocalypse.
You think there's like
survivors.
Ivory Tower survivors that just sat there and they're just zombies.
Yeah,
they were like the regular
bring myself
peasant.
to do it.
They were like the middle class before. They just pretended they didn't exist.
I think he can get better. Yeah, but did you notice his eyeballs no longer exist?
That's right.
Oh, they could repair that.
Yeah. So, but that's that's the one thing I found to be I had a problem with is that after that first season,
that would ruin it.
They would have. Yeah. I mean, there was no reason to do 8 more seasons because they killed all the zombies. Now I do understand that that was a little thing that popped off in your brain that reactivated in you once you died. You became a zombie,
like a parasite.
Yes, exactly. So I get that they would have a coronavirus resurgence.
Right.
You'd have a new spike of zombie outcroppings.
Yeah, because that 10%'s gonna, at least 10% of that 10% are dumber than fuck. They just got lucky.
Well, is it really 10%?
Yeah, and who knows? Who did the 10%? Like, 90% of everybody. Oh, you went out and did a fucking census in the middle of a zombie apocalypse.
Well, yeah, good point. Good point. Are you a zombie or are you?
Here's my question.
Okay.
Where the fuck is the military? People are out there. Give me a break.
Well, I like how the military got
Where
overrun.
Where the fuck are the tanks?
World War Z.
Yeah.
That has a better explanation because the zombies aren't like lumpy, slothy.
Yeah, that shit.
Dragon foot. The zombies.
And there's a lot of people hated that movie.
World War Z.
And I thought it was fun.
I thought it was great.
Especially as they're turning so quickly.
Yep. And then just like super powered.
Yeah. And they're just going fucking bonkers, man. I'm like, that makes sense. That's kind of like 28 days.
Yes.
That 28 days, that scared a shit.
You're on camera. Stop picking your nose.
Go fuck yourself.
You wouldn't like it. I just lied there.
I had an itch.
You did not.
That's one of my favorite zombie movies. That, you know what else was good?
Kids could be watching this, Mike. I don't know if you noticed this or not, but I've curbed my swearing. Yeah, I'm just letting you know.
I didn't get the message.
I'm gonna send it to you right now. Hold on. It's coming.
Also, Train to Busan.
Yeah, you told me about that.
That was
unbelievable.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that was
it.
You know what? You were absolutely right. If I could get through the first 5 minutes of the subtitles and the bad Chinese.
Yep.
Speaking of bad Chinese.
Well, it's bad Korean, but yeah, go ahead.
Hold on, I got to pull it up. I want everyone to see this too because it's on English.com. Hold on, it's really funny. English. And this is going to sound racist, and I don't want anybody to think I'm a racist. I just think I find
they're going to think it
humor
anyway.
and
Just do what you got to do.
So this is a product that was sent out to. This is instructions to a product that was sent out to. And if Mumbles over here would be kind enough to just turn the screen a little bit so you could see it, and I can read it to you. Oh, I guess he's not going to do it. All right, so this is a little insert that they put inside the card for a high-end smartwatch band. Okay, it says number 1, contracted design style with life contracted and not simple. Number 2, leather strap becomes soft, make you more comfortable. Interesting. 3, pure steel buckle, fine grinding and polishing, long service life. And then 4, genuine leather strap, make sure that when wear neat and submissive. And that is the description of the high-end smartwatch band. Thanks to English.com. And I probably should have tried to do that in my best phone-in Chinese takeout restaurant voice.
Yeah.
Contracted design style. but I can't. It's just
some of it you gotta when you're because I'm always cruising around on Amazon looking at stuff,
right.
and some of the stuff I just I have to chuckle.
Well, here's
I'm like,
this is where they need a consulting firm.
Yeah, they really gotta have I mean, Christ Almighty, hire a fucking editor, okay?
I know this
you
is
got
like
your adjectives, your verbs, and your nouns. It's like someone threw them in a hat and a blind man picked them out and said, "Well, put them in this order."
right. But doesn't Google do that for you?
I would think.
Isn't Google Translate?
I think it translates, but it's sometimes kind of rough.
Is this what happens when you Google Translate?
It very well could, because I don't know if Google Translate understands what words are what. You know, are they an adjective? Are they a verb? Are they a pronoun?
Well,
so it knows that it belongs in the sentence, and it knows what word to replace it with, but it doesn't necessarily know what order.
all right.
You know,
See, I can't even.
because I've had conversations with some relatives that I met that live in Italy, and I use Google Translate because they don't speak English. I barely speak English, but
Right.
and I certainly don't speak Italian. So I've used that, but most
Right.
of the stuff is talking about our mutual love of Leonard Skinner.
Spaghetti.
No, Leonard Skinner.
Oh.
And fishing.
Mutual love of Leonard Skinner.
They're Italian rednecks.
Uh,
Go figure.
Really? Wow. Okay, wait. Okay, so this actually explains a lot. Are they from Kentucky? Italy, Kentucky, Italy.
Kentucky, Italy. That's right. They're from Bari.
Oh, okay.
Bari.
So which is like
It's a fishing town on the west coast.
okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's where the Italian rednecks live.
I'll keep that in mind when I'm visiting. Do they wear
Very
cowboy hats?
Could.
Yeah,
Not sure.
Or is it, actually, it's kind of like a sombrero. Italian
It's more
sombrero,
like
right?
it's more like a
That's funny.
sombrero.
Do they slur their words and say "drawer" and all that other stuff? Like
They might.
do they go mean gear?
Bellissimo. Bellissimo.
Mean gear.
Hey, Luigi. I don't know how the fuck they are.
I don't know.
clue.
Anyway, so
I don't know.
is it? Do you think you're having problems with it because it's translating into Google from English
Yeah, it's
into
Google
Italian?
It's
So
Google Italian.
But it's
kind
not
of its own
but
language.
It's not the redneck version of it. So that's
No, it's not the redneck
Oh,
version.
okay,
Yeah.
so the different dialect. It's just
Yeah, it could be. I'm not really sure. I mean, we both kind of agree that we know that what the other person's trying to say.
okay.
There's enough words in there I can fucking figure it out, but
You
I'm not
just-
reading a book. Okay,
But you just okay.
they're gonna be short conversations.
get it.
Okay,
I get
because
it.
that's just too much goddamn
Yeah.
work.
so English.com. They were English.
Nice.
So yeah, this is, and I've seen quite a few of these, types of things that have been, in certain inserts, and I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
hey, maybe there's something I can find out here, and I
But
found
there's
it.
a lot of entertainment out there.
Yeah.
It can be good. The internet can be used for good or evil.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I've got one that is a review that is on. I don't know if it was Amazon or some.
Oh,
some
we had fun.
shopping
We
site.
had fun with those Amazon reviews.
Well, this one is for a penis cage. It's kind of a S&M sort of thing. They put the
On Amazon
this was
or Wish.
no, it's Amazon.
Amazon
Yeah,
penis
it's
cage.
a penis
Okay.
cage.
I'm not going to
And,
search for that.
And
I
here-
don't want that going into my.
I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, you don't want that. You'll be getting advertisements for 5 years for
Yeah.
that one. They're like, oh, penis cage.
Yeah.
Hmm. So here's the review. God help. this
Cage too
person,
big.
motherfucker. Keeps my son from sinning.
Oh my! You have got to be kidding me.
My son is going through. Be starting puberty in the next year or so. This sounds like it might have gone through English. Since his father left me, big surprise, and I am now raising him on my own. I bought one of these for him to wear when he is not being supervised. It is well made. I
Yeah.
made sure he is unable to take it off without removing the lock. Nice. It doesn't have repair. I know it is a great product because he absolutely hates it. That's my Parker.
Yeah,
Great product.
I got it. Is there a visual on this here, fella?
Yeah. Let me see.
Forget it. No, I'll pull it up on myself. Penis
So
cage.
I don't enjoy seeing him unhappy. Well, she does have some feelings, but I enjoy the peace of mind knowing that he isn't messing around at school.
Oh my God,
That's gotta be fun.
Here's the sad part. There's only 41. Or there are only $41, and there's only 17 of them left.
Holy God! Better hurry up. So
yeah, it's
she
a
says,
chastity device.
so he isn't messing around at school. He's not sinning at night, and most of all, I'm glad he is remaining.
I don't know if you can see this, but this is an evil
Let me see.
contraption.
Yeah, that's it. Holy God.
I don't know, Daniel. Can you zoom in on that? Is that a no? You can't zoom in. Is that? Can you see that at home?
Yeah, that's wicked. That's absolutely wicked.
In front of the camera. Oh my God, that is just that is just archaic and horrible.
Yeah, that's something they would do in the Middle Ages. Right?
Yeah, that is. It is absolutely out of the Middle Ages.
Yeah. So this lady says,
all right.
she's glad that he is remaining pure for the Lord. Of course, I knew that was coming.
Oh yeah.
He is counting the days, 8 years, until he is old enough to join the seminary and be able to take it off.
Disturbed right now. You can't do this to human beings.
So yeah, he's counting the days now. Lady, you should be counting the days because he's going to be murdering you in your sleep very soon. So I just thought,
Mike,
that was good.
okay. Wait a minute. We gotta forget the review. It looks like it's on like an axis. It looks like there's a device that's almost catheter-like. Yeah, I'm looking at it. There's the spiral, right? That's the protective box to keep the cage of the manhood inside. Then there's the locking mechanism that clamps around it. Then it rocks back, but right down through the middle of it, and I'm looking at the different pictures, there is a catheter-like device that prevents said manhood from movement. So you can't, like, you know how it squishes out of your underpants if you're sitting in the wrong way?
Holy God.
You might this is not this should be banned.
That's barbaric.
It is absolutely. This must be
I'll bet you it's popular in Congress.
I can't get to it fast enough. I can't get to it fast enough. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go, Mike. That's for you. Anyway, so description.
Yes.
Let's go. Oh my
so
God.
penis cages. Why not? I guess,
Wow. Okay, so Mike, what disturbs me more, I think, than the actual penis cage and the catheter restraint?
Or something more?
How did you find this?
I think it was on a collection
Of stupid things that you can buy.
Stupid fucking things you could, like the Amazon collection of crazy ass shit. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, as long as you're not like searching penis cages for yourself, because
I'm pretty good.
That made me rethink your party.
No, I'm just the opposite. I want the boys to be. I want them to be free.
Oh, be free.
Yeah, be free.
Be free. Don't wear any clothes.
Be free.
Speaking of not wearing any clothes, and that damn comedian that keeps coming in here. I don't know if you've met him yet or not.
Which one?
I think his name is George. Let's say his name is George. I don't know if it is actually
fair
George.
enough.
George is like pseudo famous in Rochester. He's running around town. He is. He's very racist. He's Jewish, but he's his jokes are very dark and very racist. And he's been accused of a few things. And I was walking out of my building the other day, and one of my neighbor's daughters works at Comedy at the Carlson.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh yeah, I wanted to ask you because there are rumors floating around about good old George, and I don't know if his name is George.
Okay.
And the rumor is that George is some kind of pedophile, right? And I called him out on it yesterday when he's in here. And he says, yeah, I've been kicked out of every open mic in town. I said, because you're a pedophile, right? And he said, oh, no, I said, first you're a racist. And he said, no, I'm not a racist. And then he tells a racist joke. And then an off color joke. And it was borderline. One of my black friends was here and didn't kick the shit out of him. So it wasn't a terrible joke. It wasn't like, it was just a little off color. And I, you can go that way as far as comedy is concerned, I think.
Yeah.
But then he said, no, I'm not a racist. Then he tells this joke that's slightly on the racist side. And then I give him then you're a pedophile. And he goes, no, I'm not a pedophile. So this is on Monday. He came in. Yesterday, I ran into my neighbor and her kid, and her kid was telling me, that she works at Comedy at Carlson. I'm like, oh, this guy did your roast show. She goes, oh, you're talking about George. And then that's not his name, but let's just say it's George.
Yeah.
The fucking guy got naked on stage. Or whipped his shit out.
No.
He needs one of these devices.
He does.
It sounds to me like he needs to be restrained.
Yeah.
Because he's acting a fool. And he got apparently he was on stage doing a roast, and they made some kind of comment about his Jewish genitalia. Yeah. I didn't know Jewish genitalia had some moniker or stereotype to it. I knew the Chinese people did, or the Chinese guys are like the black guys are just the opposite, that kind of thing. Yeah. But no, apparently he wanted to prove somebody wrong and whipped his shit out on stage.
Lovely.
My problem with him is this. He stinks so bad that the odor hangs in the room from
like what?
BO.
His BO or somebody
his BO.
else's?
Well, no, it's
Okay.
definitely emanating from his body, and it hangs in the air. And I had to
Oh,
go
it's got-
brush
it's
my
got
teeth.
Stay time.
Oh,
it's got
for
it's got hang time.
most BO, you know, I don't like going to the movies in the winter because when the person in
Right.
front of you takes their coat off and they got the BO blowing out of their jacket, it's
Yeah.
like, but it only lasts for like 4 or 5 seconds, and you're just like, okay, good, fine.
Right.
This guy, his odor hangs in the air
No.
for minutes.
Ooh.
I had to walk around the pigpen cloud that was just hovering there, and I climbed up on the chairs and hopped the back of the chairs to the back of the room, and then I cut across and ran into the bathroom and got the asshole spray, and I had to
God.
spritz the whole thing, and then the spray kept running back towards me, and I couldn't figure it out, and then my coworker said, "It's running away from the odor. It knows."
That's what it is. It's like I can't deal with that. That's
It's
too
so
bad.
bad.
I can't work under these conditions.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's filthy. Just
Oh
nasty.
my
But
God.
anyway, so yeah, he's trying to open up a comedy club down the street.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And the heat is not his friend. And deodorant is obviously
Oh.
not a thing he can
So-
afford. I don't know. He's anyway, moving right along.
So the comedian, the owner, and the audience are all going to be the same person.
And you know what? He's got the personality to do it.
Yeah.
You know?
You go.
You go.
You go.
Well, yeah, you
George.
know. Yeah, that's right. You have a company Christmas party, you can sexually harass yourself.
That's right. I think that's what he's doing.
That's right. Anyway, so I don't really have much more news other than we've got this big open house tomorrow. I'm looking forward
Yeah.
to. There's a bunch of people coming. You can order at Rock the Cloud, ROCthecloud.com. You can take a look at the menu there. You can pre-order. We've got outdoor seating for 20-ish.
Yeah.
We've got indoor seating for 20-ish. All right. We got takeout orders at any time. We got pickup orders.
You make
We
it
are
pretty
gonna start
quick,
doing-
right?
Oh yeah, quick. Now we got that big griddle. Oh yeah, and we got chef here tomorrow. He's gonna be hooking up. He's gonna be hooking it up. And I got to tell you, I've sampled every single sandwich, and I have to tell you,
I can tell.
I don't like. Shut up. Yeah, I know.
You haven't shit in 7 weeks.
Yeah. No, because it's not all cheese. This is not your mother's grilled cheese sandwich.
That's right.
This isn't white bread with margarine and 2 pieces of American cheese.
It's
with a
not
side.
Pat Boone, okay?
That's right.
That's right. Go ahead.
No. So what it is like the corned beef is braised for 6 hours with a Guinness and
Sweet Jesus.
brown sugar glaze. It is magnificent. It's a 4-hour slow cooked pork loin sandwich. It's a thin cut sliced turkey with applewood smoked bacon and
I haven't had dinner, you asshole.
I know. And like avocado. And I mean Mike, I even ate the eggplant. I ate an eggplant sandwich. I don't even like eggplant.
See, I like eggplant.
I never did. I don't like the texture, and I wasn't real keen on the taste. But this is a thick cut piece with panko spread and seasoned panko,
Nice.
and then it's flash fried in a fryer, and then
Sure.
OMG, it was good. Oh my God, it was
Nice.
delicious. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's what's going on here at 701 Monroe Avenue,
yeah.
and we're broadcasting live and high above the clouds. We won't be broadcasting tomorrow. We'll be slinging some food. So we hope to see everybody come down here. And I guess the only thing I can say is check out. If you got a comment or a compliment or a critique that you want to send us, Stoopid, STOOPID, Stupid Humans, the podcast at gmail.com. We take all your complaints. We take all your comments and critiques. If you have any complaints, feel free to write them on the $50 bill and slide them through our mail slot.
Yes.
We'll take those. Also, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, at Stupid Humans and all that other crap.
Yeah.
And if you want to listen to our past episodes, you can go to Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Bandcamp, Amazon Music. No, Amazon, YouTube, Amazon, Apple Music.
They're fucking everywhere.
We got everything. Whatever. Podbean,
Yeah, you could find
wherever you listen to your favorite podcast.
We're there.
All I have to say is, please be stupid. Thanks.